What is going on, guys? DBG here, and in this video we are going to be talking about the top 10 centers in NBA 2K21 MyTEAM. So the center position, it's pretty decent, and the one thing I always do say about centers is there is a massive room for debate when it comes to the center position, because there are certain cards that I really don't like that other people will. So the way people play, normally people play the same way with their point guards. It's very rare that there's going to be much of a disagreement between the top point guards in the game. It's very rare that people are going to disagree much between the best two guards, the best small forwards, even the best power forwards. But with the centers, because a lot of people like to run non-shooting centers, but people like myself like to run shooting centers. To be honest, I prefer running Draymond at center. It's the way I've been playing this game, is the way I've been having a ton of success over basically since the start of my team. I've been having a lot of success running small guys and shooters at the center position. I've been ran Lambeer there for a while. At the very start, I ran Myers Leonard there for a bit. And once I got Draymond, it's kind of been Draymond and just trying to find a backup. I've been using Bargnani as my backup, but that's just my style of play. So, if you disagree with any of them, that's perfectly fine. Especially, in general, it's always fine to disagree. This is all just my opinion, but especially with the center position, this is all my opinion. At number 10, we got Moses Malone. So Moses Malone, he can get gold clamps. He's got Hall of Fame Intimidator, Hall of Fame Brickball, Hall of Fame Box. He's at 84 speed, 85 acceleration. I would have thought, okay, he can... Initially, when I was looking at this card, I'm like, he's just a better offensive Bill Russell. He's got similar speed. The one thing I didn't notice at the start, was that he's got 42 lateral quickness. So he's got a pretty good mid-range. He's got great post-game. He can get gold clamps, but man, 42 lateral quickness means even with that clamps badge, he's not guarding a Draymond or something on the perimeter. He really is not, and that's kind of one of the big things. He's not guarding anyone if he switches onto a guard, even with the badges. So his jump shot, set shot 1 seems to be okay. Tom Sanders, at least Darko, I don't mind it. I've used him a good few times. A lot of people's accounts have him. Because he's kind of cheap as far as pink diamonds go. But yeah, it's one of the weird things. I've actually kind of liked him when I've used him. But just in general, the 45 lateral quickness does kind of kill him. It kind of kills him with guarding people on the perimeter. At number 9, we've got one of the cheesiest cards in the game, bar none. It is Yao Ming. Yao Ming. Yao Ming. Yao Ming. Yao Ming. So, 45 3 ball. Thankfully, it's not higher. He's got an 80 mid-range, which is pretty good, to be honest. You're not going to miss many mid-range, especially from his hot zones with this card. Thankfully, only 25 speed, acceleration, speed of ball. If he even had speed in the 50s, we'd be looking at a top 3 or 4 card in this game. Top 3 or 4 center, in this game. Got an 86 block. Obviously a 7'6", but only a 7'5" wingspan, which is not ideal. He's probably only going to play like he's 7'4". Big thing is, though, dude's 7'6" with Hall of Fame drop stepper and a good release. I'm sorry, that's all you need. 7'6" Hall of Fame drop stepper. You tap square and he will just glitch by people half the time. Thankfully, he is not unstoppable, because he can't really shoot the ball that well from 3. He's very, very slow in terms of lateral quickness and on the perimeter. So thankfully, he's not game breaking. But man, this Yao Ming's a good card. He's good. And he's so cheesy. At number 8, we got Rafe. So Rafe LaFrance, lads. 4 hot zones outside of 3. Both corners are hot, which is massive. Also, 89 3-pointer. Speed is where he lacks. And if he had higher speed, he would be higher. Got a decent but not great block. Funnily enough, he has come, the last couple of years, he's come out as a Sapphire at the end of September or start of October for 2K19. He came out as a Gold at the very start of 2K18. In 2K20, he came out Halloween week for the Lights Out set. He came out and he had a much higher block. And it was a Sapphire who had a much higher block than this. This is the lowest rated block we've had from LaFrance, but it's also the highest rated 3-point we've had from LaFrance. But these hot zones are crazy, especially with gold catch and shoot and gold corner specialist. I'm telling you, man, he is going to, and silver hot zone, he's going to he hits everything from the corners. He's also got base 28, which is one of the easiest catch and shoot jump shots in this entire game. Such a nice release. He's a little bit slow, which is why he's down here at number 8, but far as just catch and shoot centers go, he's the best corner shooter at center position in this game. He is the best catch and shoot corner center shooter. And that is very important because a lot of the time your center spots up in the corner. There is no center in this game I would rather spot up in the corner with than Rafe LaFrance. So that is why he's on this list at number 8. At number 7, like, I gotta put Kristaps. Give me Rafe LaFrance over Kristaps any day. I have Kristaps in my squad. He doesn't get anywhere close to it. Or in my club. I need to sell my Kristaps. That's just kind of reminding me that I need to sell him. But Kristaps without hot zones in the corners, you don't understand how important hot zones are. Like, it's crazy. Hall of Fame pick and popper, it doesn't matter. Unless he's popping to this exact position, he's not going to hit a shot. He has the inconsistent Brook Lopez base, but he's still got a great block rating. He's still a good rebounder. He's still got pretty good speed for a big man. He's still decent in the post. And he's still 7'3", so he's still glitchy. 7'3" with a 7'6" wingspan, like a longer wingspan than Yao. He's going to feel like he's got elite length. He plays lanes really well. He's just so inconsistent shooting. If Kristaps Porzingis had hot zones in both the corners, I think we'd be looking at Kristaps Porzingis being number 1. That is how important hot zones are this year. His jump shot's good, ratings-wise. Mid-range is pretty decent. He's just so inconsistent because he doesn't have hot zones. They are more important this year. They're as important as badges. I'm not going to say they're more important than badges. They're as important as badges. Like, I've given him goal corner specials and he still can't hit from the corners. Hot zones mean so much this year. For that reason, I'm going to have to put Kristaps Porzingis down here at number 7. At number 6, we have got better Yao Ming, Ralph Sampson. Again, he's only going to feel like he's about 7'2" because of his smaller wingspan. He's at a 73 ball. You know what? He can hit from the corner. It's not a great jumper, but he'll hit somewhat. It's not hit like he'll hit consistently. Like, if you leave him wide open, he might hit 50%. And I don't think you can really complain about hitting 50% from 3. He's also got 80 driving dunk, which is good. And Hall of Fame drop stepper, again, on a 7'4" player is just glitchy. Again, tap square and he'll score half the time. Gold post spin technician, Hall of Fame intimidator. He's an elite perimeter or interior defender, and gold hard crusher, which is incredible. He's also quite a bit faster than someone like a Yao. He's one of the best interior defensive centers in the game. Even though he's only got 7'2" wingspan, it's still 7'2". Set shot 17 is Wilt's release from last year. It feels a bit better than feels a little bit better than last year's, not gonna lie, but it's still not great. Like, it's Rodman's release as well. But I will definitely say this Ralph Sampson belongs on this list. And at number 6, I think is a fair spot for him. At number 5, Andrea Bargnani. The speed and the block is what puts him ahead of a LaFrance. Like, LaFrance here has got 16 gold, 7 silvers, no bronze. You've got 15, 12, and 4 for Andrea Bargnani. Like, Bargnani has got catch and shoot gold, hot zone hunter gold, green machine gold, range extender bronze, which is massive, especially from those wings. Like, he will be able to shoot a little bit from a little bit deeper. Unfortunately, one of the corners is not hot, which is not ideal. Definitely not ideal. Does not shoot as consistently from the corners as LaFrance, I will say that. But again, he's 7 foot with a 7'4" wingspan. His block rating is a lie. This should be 99. If you've ever used Bargnani, he blocks everything. Also an 87 3 ball, pretty good post game. Not great speed of ball, but like 52 loud quickness. It's not great, but it's not absolutely terrible. No hard crusher, unfortunately, but man, he's fantastic. And if you're on a budget, LaFrance, Bargnani is the best duo, best center duo. Unless we happen to get something crazy good tomorrow, LaFrance, Bargnani is definitely the best center duo you can get if you're on a budget. At number 4, we've got Karl Anthony Towns. Cat's just like, it's a weird one. He's better Kristaps. That's basically what he is. He's Kristaps, but better. Like, he doesn't shoot as well, anywhere near as well as a Bargnani or LaFrance, because he doesn't have hot zones in the corners. But the big thing with Karl Anthony Towns is he's got that 73 speed, which is quite a big upgrade on even a Bargnani. He's got great post game. Block of only 79, not great. But the thing is, he can also get clamps. And if you go and even put bronze clamps on him, it means that if I'm running a Draymond, I won't be able to blow by him. I find it significantly harder. I've never played a cat with clamps. I would find it significantly harder to go by a bronze clamps cat than to go by a Bargnani. I think Karl Anthony Towns is just that little bit better. he's just that little bit better than Bargnani. Coming in here at number 4. But again, it could go either way. If you want to argue that LaFrance is better than Cat, be my guest. If you want to argue Kristaps is better than all these, that's perfectly fine as well. But Cat's got a decent wingspan. I just think he gives that little bit more, and his release is a bit more consistent. He doesn't have the greatest release. Like, Cat release is not the greatest, but it's a little bit more consistent than Porzingis' release. It's a weird one. Like, he's better Porzingis, but he doesn't quite shoot as well as a Bargnani. So if you want to put Bargnani ahead of him, I'm easy with that. And now the top 3, I think most people would still have these the top 3. So number 3, we got Bill Russell Diamond. So Bill Russell Diamond, he can't shoot the 3. He can barely shoot the mid, but it does not matter. He comes with gold clamps, Hall of Fame intimidator, defense leader, post move lockdown, rim protector. He can get interceptor. He can get heart crusher. He is the best defensive big in the game. That's not even close. Unless you want to count Giannis as a big who plays small forward. He's a ridiculous defender. 84 speed, 84 acceleration. He's also got not great post game, but he will dunk it on pretty much everyone. He's just overall a really good card. Set shot 17, so he has that really slow release again. Funnily enough, he had Penny Hardaway release last year. This year, it's a lot slower, but like, it doesn't matter what his release. He's not going to shoot the ball. He is there for defense, and he's the best defensive player, center by so much that I have to put him in the top 3. Is he a player I would use personally? No. Is he a player I despise coming up against? Yes. I hate coming up against Bill Russell, because every time I come up against Bill Russell, I'm just like, it's just difficult. He just makes things difficult for you, because you can't abuse switches. You can't abuse people in the pick and roll most of the time. Bill Russell hedges hard. He's got clamps and he can clamp you up. Definitely. He's the center I hate playing against the most. He doesn't bring anything on offense, but he is a very good defensive player. At number 2, we got George Mikan. Only 2 hot zones, but they're the 2 most important ones for a big man. The corners. He's an 83 ball, but he's got comes with gold catch and shoot, gold hot zone hunter, gold flexible release, and unfortunately you can't give him corner specialist. He gets gold heart crusher, gold intimidator, like off rip, which is really good. Again, not the greatest acceleration, okay speed. It's probably going to feel like a 65. He's got great post game. Rebounding is really good. And the biggest thing about this card here is base 4. So base 4, I think, is up there with 28. Base 4 is, I think Trey Burke base is probably, Trey Burke or 28 are probably the best out of the catch that I've used this year. Base 4 is not far off, which is like Richie Greer and Latrell Sprewell. It's such an easy release off the catch. And upper 70 is basically the same upper as the like generic release from 2K17, so it's a really, really easy one. So George Mikan, a really, really good card, and is number 2. But number 1 is a card I cannot believe I am saying this guy is number 1. I cannot believe it. I am saying the number 1 center in my team right now is Patrick Ewing. You guys might be saying I am crazy putting Patrick Ewing in here, but he does everything. He has 1 hot zone in the corner, 69 3-point shot. His release is not nearly as bad this year as it was last year. He has, like, again, if you put a shoe on him, that goes up to 72. If you have certain coaches, whatever, plus 5, that goes to 77 on floor general. Like, it goes to 81. As well as that, he can get every badge in the game. Like, just let's not forget that. Like, yeah, no one's putting any of these badges on him yet, but potentially he has a potential to be the best center by a long shot. He can get clamps. He has heart crusher. He has intimidator. He's got 89 block, which is really good. 68 lateral quickness is really nice for a center. Like, that's really good for a center. As well as that, unlike Bill Russell, he's 7 foot tall with a 7'3" wingspan. His release this year, it's slow, but it's like Duncan's. It's not as slow as previous years. He's also got, again, a mid-range that he does not miss. He does not miss if you shoot with him from mid. It will go in every time. He can take leaners from mid, and they all go in. It is crazy how good he is at them specific shots. He's got deep fades, Hall of Fame as well. You can literally shoot fadeaways with him from the elbow, and he'll hit them every time. Patrick Ewing, I can't believe I'm saying this, because I despised Patrick Ewing last year. I despised him. But fully upgrade, as in not even fully upgraded. Patrick Ewing with the most important badges in this game. If you give him the most important badge in the game, Patrick Ewing is the #1 center in this game, and I cannot believe I'm saying this because of how much historically I've hated Patrick Ewing in 2K. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Obviously, a bit of a curveball there with #1. To be honest, you can argue Ewing. You can argue about 7 of these 10 as the best center in this game. Not gonna lie. You can literally argue about 7 of them. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.